The Elektrozavodskaya area has one of the most spectacular metro stations outside the Ring Line. It was designed in the late 30s by Stalinist architect Vladimir Shuko with an electricity theme in honor of the nearby electrical factory. In the main foyer, there's statues of famous figures in the development of electricity, like Benjamin Franklin and Michael Faraday, and Lomonosov. In the underground hall, there's miniature incandescent light bulbs to mimic the feel of the factory. Construction was delayed due to World War II, and in 1944, when it finally opened, a new plan was created with the addition of these figures manning the factories on the home front. The theater behind me may look like the Bolshoi, but it's actually the Dvorets na Yauzya, which used to be the cultural center for the neighboring electrical factory. It was built in the early 20th century, but it gained its current, more imperial appearance in the Stalinist era, when it was renovated to be more in keeping with the Bolshoi. The film Karnavalnaya Noch, a New Year's classic, was filmed here, and the building gained new cultural significance in the 80s, when the cult film Asa had its premiere here, and it also hosted concerts by film star Viktor Tsoi and other Perestroika-era legends. You can still get a glimpse of the original Soviet interior by coming to a concert here, but do it soon. The building was recently put up for auction for $25 million. The building in these curly gates behind me is one of Moscow's finest examples of Art Nouveau architecture. It was designed in 1903 by Lev Kekushev for a local textile merchant. Kekushev was the first architect in Moscow to design in the Art Nouveau style, but after it went out of fashion in the early 20th century, he died under mysterious circumstances in a psychiatric ward in 1916. In the Soviet era, the building served as a kindergarten and then as a dormitory, and these days it's owned by the musical department of the Russian Youth Library. You can come here anytime to check out the interior and hear a free concert or look at the student art held in the building. It's the end of the workday here at the Elektrozavodskaya neighborhood's namesake, the old electrical factory behind me. According to its original 1914 construction plan, it was to be a grand Gothic castle with arches and turrets everywhere. Unfortunately, construction was delayed due to the Russian Civil War and only completed in 1927, at which point the Gothic details remained here on the front facade, with the pointed arches and the towers up above. Here we are on the banks of the Yauzya River, a tributary of the Moscow River, which originates in Losiny Ostrov National Park. It has a storied history, as it's where the Romanovs and foreign nobles settled hundreds of years ago, but in the 20th century it suffered heavily from factory pollution. And as you can see, these days it's one of the dirtier stretches of Moscow River. The building behind me is also perhaps a fitting building for this location. It's a rather hideous construction project by Yelena Baturina, the wife of former Moscow mayor Yuri Lushkov.